If you are happy to be in the Taji Baby Face Show, put your hands together for Taji Baby Face Show. Yeah. You know, DAMOLA is my name, and I'm so proud of that name. You know, gone are the days that parents used to give their children names that are short like mine. I am Ade DAMOLA. I can easily break my name into two. I can call myself Ade or what now? DAMOLA. If you are Oluwa Femi, you can say what now? Femi. If you are Oluwa Sheun, you can say what now? Sheun. But nowadays, I don't know if you have observed, some parents give their children names that are lengthy. Some even combine English and Yoruba in their children's names. I asked the child recently, I said, what is your name? That one said, Oluwa favor me. I asked another one, what is your name? That one said, testimony Oluwa evident like me. I asked another one, what is your name? That one said, Eri Oluwa damiloju bang 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 bang. Only one child. A woman had twins because she's a good Christian. She named them 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. Another had twins and named them tithe and offering. So I started thinking about it, that if you have a child and you name the child the name as long as Oluwani Olusho Agutomi, how do you want to break it? Will you call the child Oluwani? Or you call the child Olusho? Or you call the child Aguton? So that when you're passing by, you just say, Mommy Aguton. Children of nowadays are privileged. We have them in our midst and you can hear their voices. How many of us can remember those times in our lives that our parents used to communicate with their eyes? Your mother looks at you, you get the message. If she blinked her eyes twice, the meaning is comport yourself. If she blinked her eyes 2-3 times, the meaning is sit down somewhere. If she blink her eyes 4 times, the meaning is we'll meet at home. You will now be very humble. But nowadays, Mommy, blink your eyes and blink like 150 times. The child will ask you, Mommy, what is wrong with your eyes? You know, and things are changing every day. Gone are the days when couples call themselves certain names. In the past, a man can look at his wife and call her Mommy Tosin, Daddy Femi, Yarom, okay? Nowadays, we call our spouses fine names. A full-grown, matured man, 40 years old, the wife can look at him from head to toe and call him baby. Boo, baby boo, baby boo boo, babe. So when you are driving by and you see a car with a tag baby on board, we may not be talking about our child, we'll be talking about our spouse. So I started thinking about it, that if a man calls his wife baby, and the wife calls her husband baby, so when they have a baby, what do they call that one? Offspring, or descendant, or fruit of the womb. My father is 65, my mom is 60. He got back from church one day, looked at my mom and said, baby. My mom said, Talo be ma, who get back? You know. And there's this important thing I like saying. You know, we're taught in school that there are 2 classes of animals. We have the wild animals and we have the domestic animals. The wild animals stay in the bush, the domestic animals stay among men. Among the domestic animals, we have those that are for consumption and those that are kept as pets. Those that are for consumption, you know, are the likes of fish, chicken, goat, and the likes. Those that are pets are dogs and cats. But those that are pets are bought deliberately or are given as gifts, while those that are for consumption are end in the pot actually. You know, but one unique thing about these animals is that they have their specific food. Each of them have their feed. But there's one particular animal. It is neither domestic nor wild, but it lives among men. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a domestic animal but behaves like a wild animal. I'm talking of rat. Rats don't have their specific food. That's why they eat anything and they can behave anyhow. A rat can decide to eat your certificate. If you first eat the signature of your vice chancellor, it can first eat the signature of your vice chancellor. If you went to uni lag, it can eat uni and leave lag. If you had a 2-1, it can eat 2 and leave 1. A rat can decide to eat a wire that has electricity in it and nothing will happen to it. If you now decide to kill a rat manually by using stick or morogun, you chase it, you break your TV, break your windscreen, and it will actually die. But if you now decide to kill it with rat poison, it will die. But it will not die where you can see it. It can decide to die in your suit. It can decide to die in your AC. By the time you turn it on, there's a special release. By the time you now find it, by the time you find it, you say, okay, as you find it, you don't know it has given birth to 12. So the journey continues. But finally, before I leave, you know, there's one problem that we have in the country that I believe is getting better and is going to continue to get better. You know, the problem of electricity. I tell people that the type of gen you use in your house will determine a lot of things. Use a very big gen, you buy things in bulk. Fuel, 10,000. engine oil 5,000. NEPA should take light, it's not a problem. You tell your last born that is 2 years old, turn on the gen, that one press the remote control from inside and the gen will respond outside. But you see all those small gens, we buy things briefly. Fuel 300, engine oil 15 naira. If NEPA should take light, everybody in the house will use at the same time. It's not because there's no fuel, but who wants to pull it? Mommy in the house will now say, Daddy, you know there was in labor in Toronto, who wants to pull the gen? You will now go and call your neighbor. The first thing your neighbor is going to do is that he will look at the gen, he will look at you, and he will reverse. Then he will walk towards the gen and ask, Ojo will let her last. You said it before yesterday. You said don't worry to work. He will now start. He will now start asking questions. Is there fuel there? You said there's fuel. Is there water inside? Water is inside. And you are sure it is working? Yes, it is working. You now say shift back. Let breeze blow on it. That is how these gens always behave. You start the process again. Everybody will say, okay, you will just take 5 steps. As you are about to open your door, you just say, Damola is my name. Thank you very much.
Amazing, isn't it? You know, look, let me just talk with you for about 2 minutes. It's amazing because I see him now. Did it occur to you that he spoke English throughout? That he didn't do pidgin? Or did I hear that? No, but you see, so you're doing this now, and I'm so proud. If you started when I started, you would have had problems. Because I started at a time when comedy had to be done in pidgin. In fact, I had that fight with a friend of mine who was a comedian who had started slightly before me, and so he was more successful than I was. And I remember telling him that his career would have a limit if he didn't do it in English. And he argued with me that comedy in Nigeria could not be done in anything but pidgin. And yet, here you are cracking us up. So tell me, is it that people like me completely paved the way, or did you have to face challenges as well?
Well, yes, people like you actually paved the way. Please put your hands. And aside that, I think my upbringing also was instrumental to this. My parents monitored that we did not speak pidgin as children. Okay. They were trying to be protective of our English, and you know they tried as much as possible to filter everything that we said, and so it informed the way I communicate, the way I talk. That's why I speak English well, and you know, with touches of my native language, Yoruba. So, you know, I don't know how to speak pidgin actually.
Really?
I can't.
Okay.
If I try cracking jokes in pidgin, I'll mess up.
Okay, that's where I'm different from you. Even though I did my craft in English, I could actually, in fact, for the longest time at the start of my career, quite a lot of people actually thought I was from the Niger Delta. Wow. Because I had to blend to survive in the big boss. So I think do the pidgin thing very well. You know. But so we've been struggling to get you on this thing. You had only 1 hour for us, and tomorrow you are booked all day, and on Monday you are booked all day. Look what is happening. I wasn't booked like this when I was doing comedy. Is it that you are charging very cheap?
No.
Or you are so good that they are paying you, they just want you? I mean, what is happening?
Well, I just try to develop myself all the time.
Yeah.
And people see me as somebody that can add value to the events. Yeah. And I'm not cheap, actually. I'm not cheap. I get well paid for my events. And people actually pay well. Okay. I turn down a good number of them that don't really
help me. You tag your boy. Help me.
I actually turn down some that don't want to pay. I don't do it out of the quest for money here and there. Okay. No, I have my standards. Those that know me know that I have my standards. I have my limits.
Okay. So are you a graduate?
Yes, I graduated 2012 first degree in Osun State University, and then 2014 University of Ibadan master's degree.
Well, you have a master's?
And I'm on my PhD actually. I'm actually on my PhD in the University of
Lagos. To that degree, you're my bros. You have master's and you're on your PhD. Why are you doing all these things? Are you not a comedian?
Yes, I am actually, but I also have an academic side. You know, I have an academic side also. I do some research, I do some teaching, some lecturing actually, and I also write papers. So as much as I'm doing comedy, I'm anchoring events, I also have that side that, I'm actually enjoying my passions on both sides. And,
Awesome. All right, what's your social media handle, your Instagram handle, so they can follow you?
Okay, on Instagram, at Damola is my name. On Instagram, at Damola is my name.
Yeah, like that's his first joke, so you can break it down into the name, whether Damola is my or name. So, at Damola is my name.
And then on Twitter, it is Comedian Damola. And then on Facebook, it is Damola Comedian. So it's all.
All right, Damola, before I let you go, okay, my partners at Hayat Kimia, the maker of Familiar Perfume Tissues, they asked me to give you this box of Familiar Perfume Tissues and give it to all right? Thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you very much.
God bless you. Thank you very much. All right, stay with us. We'll be back after these messages. Please take us out, Shegun Johnson. You have been wondering why they have been standing there since. This is Shegun Johnson and the Shegun Johnson Band, and that is DJ Frank. All right, take us out.